To start, press any key. Where's the any key? I see Esk, Catarl, and Pickup.
There it is. Gamblers, find your designated table and let's play some poker.
May I deal you in?
What can I get for $17?
What are you talking about, Willis?
Kid's got alligator blood. Can't get rid of him.
Must be a feature to hand.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it all depends on the texture of the board. If there's straight out, flush out, you can be up against a set.
With the low limits, people play, reasonably well.
The way to really test your hands is all in.
Every game. But the games are just nutty. Like 5 bets every stream.
Motherfucker! You boogerman! Motherfucker! That is it!
That's it. What the fuck are you talking about? That's it. Take it back, man.
Yes! No more! No, not tonight!
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
If you guys play poker, what would you rather play in?
Low limit poker.
I don't even like playing blackjack with $1 minimums.
You gotta get on those $5 tables at like 10 in the morning. Those are fun.
I don't know, for me, buffet mashed potatoes or buffet mashed potatoes.
You gotta put ranch powder on them.
Mashed potatoes are all about butter.
With a really good gravy or garlic mashed potatoes for me. Or even truffle mashed potatoes. Now that's the nuts right there.
And welcome back for episode 7. Oh, great. Of course, we're going to have technical difficulties right off the bat. With me, I got Bootsy Collins. How you doing, Boots?
Oh, pretty good. Yourself?
Minus forgetting to shut off repeat. Yeah, not too bad.
You need to stop doing that.
Yeah, it happens.
Yep.
And, of course, our favorite guest, and also, I would say, one of the best co-hosts we have.
Please welcome back Steve-O, everybody.
Steve-O, how you been, man?
Good. What's going on, guys?
Same old. So, actually, Steve, what's been going down in the poker world? I know Bootsy and I have been tearing up casinos.
A lot of tournaments. WPTs, a couple of spots. Borgata, Malta. You got the WSOP in Bossier City, however you say it. You'll know about that. And the World Series of Poker Europe. So it's quite a bit going on.
So you're saying we're not in a poker dead news zone like we have been, for the past 2 months?
Yeah, I can actually find articles to write.
So
I don't have to go searching.
That's a good thing. That's always a good thing. So, Bootsy, how you been doing, man?
Pretty good. Nice to see USC get a win again, but I was at the game yesterday, and they looked pretty mediocre. A little bit too overrated. But other than that, doing well.
Yeah, I don't think USC's that overrated. I think they're right about it.
Absolutely. I mean, do you see Matt Barkley? He had a pretty pedestrian game. One thing they're not doing is they're not throwing the ball down the field. They're just doing little dinks and dunks, and nothing's really happening as far as scoring-wise. Been very disappointing. In fact, I tweeted at Matt saying he was giving everybody props about how well they played. I'm like, you didn't play that well there, Matt. What are you talking about? But that's football, and but how about you, Mr. Big Winner?
Yeah, big winner. That's really close on words. I guess we'll just kick it off here. The WSOPC Bossier City over there in Louisiana. I didn't do too bad. Showed up event 1, made it to day 2 with 57K. Actually looked at all the chip stacks. But the weird thing about our day 1 was we had a 2-hour rain delay. Like, where else in poker would you ever have a 2-hour rain delay?
Maybe Aruba or Atlantis, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like we were playing poker outdoors, but, I get it. We were on top of a riverboat, so, yeah, there was a little bit of lightning, but I guess it flooded on the inside because I guess there was about 4 or 5 inches of standing water on the deck, so we ended up bagging up twice on day one. Looked at the chip counts, figured, what the heck, I'll go make a good run because there was really nobody that had 300K, 400K. It was all roughly pretty much equal. I mean, there was 16 people that had under 100K. The other 8 had, I think there was only 2 or 3 that had 200K or more, so the chips were pretty much even across the field, at least in my eyes. Made a good run, made the final table, got to three-handed, and of course, you know how three-handed goes. You either connect with flops or you go home early.
And you went home early, didn't you?
Absolutely, but the cool thing is, I saw the ring. I saw the ring absolutely as I was walking off the felt. I saw it walk onto the felt. I was like, wow. So that's what it feels like going out in third. But outside of that, Event 4, 2 bullets, busted. Event 5, decided to play a hyper turbo, even though I said I wasn't going to. Went deep, level 8, busted out. Played Limit Omaha. I've posted that hand on PFO. I really don't want to go over that hand again because that was a really nauseous, how'd you miss 26 outs type of deal. But last but not least, Horse went all the way right to the money bubble. So, to be honest with you, it wasn't a bad series.
How much percentage do you have of yourself?
100%.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But I know you scored just under 10K for your third place finish. With the rest of the buy-ins, how much do you net?
Actually, I was looking at that number. It's right around 7,500.
That's not too bad for 2 weeks' work.
Yeah, well, honestly, it was 2 days worth of work. The rest of it was like, really? This shit's happening? But, that's poking tournaments. You're going to get hit by variance, and when it hits you, it hits you. Either way.
So you Johnny, played... what was the money bubble what was the bubble amount in the horse tournament?
Oh, it was a 250 buy-in, and I do believe it was like 496 was the bubble for 8th place.
That's not bad, then.
Yeah. So, I mean, me going out in 9th with 0, I had no issue with that. I mean, I played a hell of a game. I just learned don't play Jack 10 like a boss, especially when you got mid-pair on the board. So, Bootsy, I know you were tearing up Riverside County. Let's hear a little bit about that.
At the Pachanga, I wouldn't call it tearing it up either. Played some 1-3 no limit $200 buy-in there, and played about 2 hours and just got felted. One guy I called with top pair, the other guy called with middle pair, and hit his second 10 on the turn and got busted out there. Pretty nauseous. Decided why not, since they actually just installed the new Wheel of Fortune. It's like an extreme triple, what you might call it, a slot machine. So I decided, why not? I had $20 worth of free slot play and put an extra $40 in and ended up making my $200 back and decided to go back and lose about 50 of that. So a little bit up and down there.
Yeah. Well, at least you got some of it back via the slot machine. I know I did some crazy DJ 25-cent slots for video poker, and I know we were talking earlier, but my God, when you got like 5,000 slots and only 20 of them are video poker, it's just rough.
Yeah, normally I would like to play video poker in that spot, but all the old ladies managed to take up all the spots, so I had to wander over to one of the hidden corners and find the Wheel of Fortune machine and And looking up to find a seat and hit.
Never, ever buy a Val. That's negative EV, in my opinion.
Well, the thing though is I was able to spin the wheel. That's how I got my $200.
Hey, give me 1 second. I'm trying to type out the link for Sir Bob real quick.
So what's your slots strategy, Bootsy? Everyone has one. None of them work, but everyone has one.
Just bet max and hit the bet 1, 2, 3, and then yep. Do you have any slot strategies? Because I think that the strategy is just push the damn button.
The funnest strategy I employ is,
or it's the most fun, not the funnest. I mean, you should know better than that.
Yeah, true. I should. All right, so maybe it's the funniest. Because it's actually stupid. I just find an empty bank of machines, put a quarter in one. If it hits, I sit there. If not, I go to the next one. And the first one that hits, that's the one I play.
Excellent. For me, I just I was considering going back after I cashed out my $50 loss to go back there, but they're all taken up. So I was going to try and make lightning strike twice, but wasn't meant to be.
That's probably a good thing.
Oh, you're probably right.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm all about lightning striking about 3 or 4 times. Dumb story, but really true. Day 1 got dealt aces every single time. Yeah, they held up. Day 2, everybody else had aces every single time I cracked them. So lightning does strike twice or 3 times, Steve. I'm sorry, I don't buy into that myth.
Variance.
And I am a god of riding that variance wave, don't you think?
And
yes, because
third place to 10K.
Every time I ride the variance train, I get bit in the ass. So there you go.
Well, you know what they say, man. If I'm Irish, so if I didn't have bad luck, I wouldn't have any luck at all, right?
Well, so am I, but I'm the exact opposite of you, I guess.
Yeah, well, you know, 6 of one,
I'm
half
only
a dozen of the other.
Scottish, so I don't know anything about that Irish luck.
Well, you know, I got a bit of Scot in me too, so I'll just pass that on to that side of the house too, so that way you got some bad luck run good for you too. Well, it looks like yeah, go ahead.
Johnny, what's your slot strategy? Bootsy puts money in a machine. I go down the bank of machines until I find one that hits. What do you do?
You know what I do is I look at every single machine and I try to find one where nobody wants to play it, and that's the one I go on to. But it's got to be video poker.
The one with the blood underneath the floor and.
Yeah, you know, somebody with blood on their pants just left. You know, you tried giving them a hug before they left because you felt bad for them. You know, that's the type of place that I would go to.
Did they ask for 20 packs of Skull?
Yeah, you know, there's some moldy cheese, moldy bread, and I'd absolutely play on that machine. But, you know, I'm kind of retarded. Like, instead of throwing in $20 with one bill, I'll look at all my 5s and stuff and be like, oh, that 5 looks like it's ready. I'll throw that in there. Yeah, this $10 bill looks like ass. Let me throw that in there. So either or, you know, if I win or if I lose, at least I got the shitty-looking money out of my pocket. That's all I do.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's why I always use 50s. I hate $50 bills. Every time somebody gives me a 50 for something, I give them the dirtiest look, and I just can't wait to get rid of it. Like, I will literally, if you gave me $10,000 in 50s, I would totally degen it off because I hate 50s.
Ooh, this sounds like a prop bet.
Now, why is that? Do you have something against Ulysses S. Grant?
I just hate, when I used to play poker, you have a fairly decent amount of money on you all the time, and 50s just screw up the count. So you have your 100s, then you have 20s, but then those 50s are in there. And it just screws up the count. I always hated them. I hated getting them. And like if I bought in with all 50s and I lost, I just wouldn't even care.
Yeah, I don't care what denominations I get. It's just money. I can always go to the Chase ATM, feed in all those bills, and add it to the bank.
That's what my wife tries to tell me, but I give, like, she's like, why did you give that guy a dirty look? I'm like, he gave me a 50.
Just ask for the 220s and a 10.
Yeah. Then I put the 10 in a different pocket, and I don't have to deal with it. So my main money is always hundreds or 20s. Everything else is just complicating things.
What about
50s are too big for the other pocket. Yeah.
I remember one time I forgot where it was. I think I was at a Best Buy, and all the thing they had was ones. So I felt like I was getting money to go to a strip club. What did I buy there? Something like I had to get like $40 for the change back, and they're about ready to close up the store, and for some reason they took out like the 20, like everything else, like except for 5s and 1s. So I took like 20 and 5s and like $40 for the 1s. Felt pretty dirty that way.
There's a strip club down the Cape in Massachusetts that uses $2 bills. So if you go up to the bar or anything, all your change is in $2 bills.
Oh, that sucks.
Obviously, then you tip with $2 bills and everything. So we always used to know when somebody went there because they'd have like $40 worth of $2 bills.
Yeah, that's a strip club that I will never go to. I keep my strip club budget to a very minimum.
Yeah, mine's at 0.0 for about the last 5 years.
Yeah. Come on, man. You're married, not dead. I don't buy that at all for a $50 bill.
I basically live there, so.
Oh,
I just go there for drinks. It doesn't even faze me anymore.
Yeah, I mean, when it's dollar beer night, it's dollar beer night. Who cares?
Yeah, unfortunately, they don't have dollar beer nights. Like, you're lucky you get a $10 beer over here.
Yeah, but, that's where you got some next level action going on. I mean, you got to come out here. Next level action is they got a full set of teeth. You know what I mean?
That's true. But, the nasty... We have... In strip clubs, they have a thing called the nasty factor. Over in California, it's pretty low.
We have a polarized range up here. It's either really bad or it's really good.
Well,
but if it's really good, you pay.
Yeah, that's obvious, Steve.
No, I mean like pay.
Yeah, like that's obvious, Steve. Like
$40 lap dances.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. You might be polarized, and that Bootsy might have nothing but positive EV, but I got the triple range merge, man. Sometimes you get dealt that 7-2 offsuit, and it's going to hit hard. And then sometimes you got pocket aces, and, hey, it's pocket aces, right?
Yep.
Yeah, we're about as polarized as you can get. And, well, if you go down to Providence, it's pretty good, but Northern Rhode Island, out in Boston, it's either here you can go in free or $20 to get in, $40 lap dances, drinks at $12. So you're either going to spend $30 or $300, depending on where you go.
Yeah, but you're going to get that everywhere. I mean, you're going to have some that's going to be open night. If you have teeth, you're allowed to get up on stage. I'm just saying. But I know you hate it.
We mainly have all teeth up here.
Yeah, I think it's a requirement in California to have all your teeth to be
or at
on
least
stage.
if you're missing one, it has to be a molar. It can't be a front tooth.
So, speaking of this sad but true reality, not that I have any experience in the subject, but I'm telling you, I have never seen a 45-year-old say that she's going through college until I was over there at Bossier City. Just saying. That's all I'm going to say.
Economy's rough, man.
I have a friend. He used to manage strip clubs, and he would tell you that they all say that. And he goes, I think I've met one girl out of like 5,000 that was actually in college at the time. So this girl, he goes, basically they say that to clean cut people. And he goes, so this girl one night was talking to me, and she said, I used to be a kindergarten teacher. And I was like, get the fuck out of here. I was like, there is no way you were a kindergarten teacher. And I was pretty hammered at the time. I was like asking her, okay, so how would you grade a finger paint with this? And he laid it out. He said, if they tell you that, it's because they think that you're clean cut or you'd be attracted to girls in college. If you came in with, a biker jacket on and that, they wouldn't even say that. They'd come up with some other line.
Yeah, well, that might explain the few lines that I got. Oh, so what's your favorite poker hand? Pocket aces or pocket kings? It's like, listen, lady, I might be sporting nuts, but... oh, wait, no, this is my buddy that said that. But I might be sporting the nuts, but, bro... yeah, you're 40. I know I'm not putting you through college. You can have a good one. Here's a $1 for you. Good work.
Working my way through college.
Now, I know you said something about $50 bills earlier. This is another Bossier. Are you serious? And why did you do this type of story from Pika? So I bought into the $250 for Omaha Split 8. I figured, who was dumb enough to carry a $50 bill? So I had the lady go through the cash register, right? She had to go through all four, and she found one $50 bill. So I had to take that $50 bill just because I knew if that $50 bill was in the prize pool, I was screwed. Because, I mean, you think it's bad luck for you? Unless I got the $50 in my pocket, it's bad luck for everybody.
There should be no $50 bills. They should do away with that.
I mean, do they have $50 poker chips? I don't think so.
Hmm?
Sorry about cutting you off there, Bootsy. What were you about to say?
Oh, I was just going to say putting strippers through college $1 at a time.
That's American. I don't care what you say about it. That is truly patriotic right there.
Pharmaceutical college. You're paying for their pharmaceuticals, not their college.
Are you sure it's pharmaceuticals and not surgical procedures?
Recreational pharmaceuticals.
Oh, the street pharmacist. Yeah, I get where you're going with that one. So, I know we kind of beat this to a dead horse and we went straight to strippers right afterwards, but, Steve-O, I downloaded something because it was the Cliff's Notes, and I just want to throw this on the air. I know it's going to waste about 1 minute of our life, but this is exactly what I got out of the Lederer files, and just tell me if I was spot on for getting this, or if I was absolutely wrong. But it goes something like this.
I don't have all the facts. I don't know. Nope. I just don't know. I don't know. I have no recollection. I'm just speculating now, so I just don't, So I don't know. I remember sometime in the afternoon. I don't even know when. I don't know. But I don't know. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I don't know. But I don't know. I don't know. I have no recollection. I remember one time at a party. I don't know. I think I just responded with something like, we need to provide this customer a good answer. And I don't know. I just don't know. For Kanawaki, I really don't even know. I don't recall. I don't know that I ever saw that email. I don't know, but I don't know. 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 I really don't know. I don't know.
And yeah, that goes on for a little bit. But Steve-O, I know you listen to all 7 parts. I did cut that off a little bit early because I don't want to waste all of our times. But I don't know, man. Tell me about the Lederer files.
Actually, I don't recall. I don't know.
Oh, that's a good retort. I like that.
It is exactly what I thought it was going to be. I mean, I wasn't expecting him to be like, oh, we really messed up. I was totally responsible for this or that. He came out, he gave his side of the story, and he gave it in the best possible way. And when he asked him a question that he knew would make him look bad, he turned into my nana and had Alzheimer's and just didn't know. But I thought it was more information came out than I expected originally. I thought it was going to be more of, I don't know, I don't recall that. I can't talk about that right now. That's what I was expecting. But he went into some decent amount of detail about the inner workings of Full Tilt, what went on behind the scenes. And to be honest, it sounds like they were just a bunch of dummies running a company that they didn't expect to get that big, that fast. I mean, they were supposed to vote on a board every year with 5 people. They ended up having a 4-person board that they voted on once. I mean, and then the board got less and less involved over time when it should get more and more involved as more and more money comes in. So it does actually seem like, I'm sure he knows more than what he's saying, but I would say it seems like just a really bad mismanagement people in over their head. That's what I took away from it.
I don't recall actually what I wasted my life on this afternoon, but I did take the same thing away, minus the fact that I think they were more in the know than they let on.
Yeah, I agree with that. That he definitely, all those I don't knows are basically him taking the fifth. I mean, in that setting with just an interviewer saying, I don't know, I don't really recall, I don't want to speculate about something. If he was in front of a judge, that would be him saying, I don't want to incriminate myself. So if you take his I don't knows as I don't want to talk about that, I don't want to incriminate myself, then you definitely know there's more. He knew more to the story. I mean, he recalled like crazy minute details about things, but then was like, yeah, I don't remember the name of our chief financial officer. Yeah, like he was only dealing with $200 million of our money. I don't know the name of that guy.
Yeah, in the E-Dog payment, $2 million twice. I don't really buy that as that was an accident. I buy that as one person said it and another person said it, so he got 4 instead of 2.
You know what I took out of that? It seems like there were a couple guys in the company who were, let's call them nitty. They were nitty with their money. You have your Howard Lederer, your Chris Ferguson, your Ray First. There were people that were nitty with their money. And then you had the opposite side. You had the Phil Ivies, the E-Dogs that just spent like crazy. And it seemed like they were willing to loan these guys money because they knew they were always going to get it back. It's almost like they were feeding their habit. You know, it's like giving Eric Lindgren $2 million, $4 million. You know the guy's making $250,000 a month. Well, what does he need a loan for? He's obviously got a degenerate problem. And it seemed like they were willing to feed that. It was almost like them making more money. That's how I took that part of the story. That they were willing to feed the people who were blowing off all the money because they knew they had this cash cow. And then Black Friday happened and the cash cow ended.
Yeah, and, to be honest with you, I believe the same thing, mainly because, and look, I only watched up to, part 4 before I started saying I don't know to everything that, my wife asked me, what do you want for lunch? I was like, I don't recall. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But getting back to the point at hand, it seems like they were going to make the money back either through Full Tilt Poker anyway, or off their monthly payments. And, you know, I know he said something about Chris Ferguson wanting to keep the money in the accounts. And that's kind of like one of my red flags. If one of the board members is not wanting to disperse money, that should tell you something instantaneously.
Yeah, well, it tells you either Ferguson is very savvy business-wise, because at that point in the company's history, they shouldn't be making that type of money hand over fist. It's just historically that's not how companies work. You don't just suddenly turn a $2 million investment into a $1 billion company in 4 years. So maybe he had some reservations that way, or it was the same thing. They were doing so many loans internally and all this other stuff that it was like basically they were paying Lindgren, Ivy with their own money. You know what I mean? They were borrowing money from the other people in the company, and then, oh yeah, well here's your payment, because it's basically your own money.
Yeah, and that's sort of like what I was doing at the end of the series. I was just free rolling because I was just using everybody else's money for buy-ins, but different scenario, but similar, I guess, if you want to call it that.
Now, what was your take on the interviewer, Matthew Parvis from Poker News?
I think his facial expressions were hilarious. I think he had a predetermined list of questions. He didn't ask questions on the fly. Now, realize I'm still military, so I'm kind of into that system of, well, if you answer something one way, I'm going to change my next question to figure out what the heck you meant, or all that good stuff. But to be completely honest with you, I heard that and I was like, really? Wow, and you're just going to let that answer stick?
Yeah, that was my only real complaint. Like, I knew he wasn't going to be able to push for an answer, because, I mean, if he started hounding him about certain things, then Howard just shuts up. You know what I mean? Like, he's just like, yeah, I'm not going to deal with this guy anymore. So I understand that, but there were, like, just follow-up questions just waiting there, like, on a silver platter. Like, there was one point where he said, they were talking about the founding of the company and all that, and, you know, how they were picking the board. And he never asked, well, who were the original investors? Who you know, how did that change over time, you know? Who was an owner there?
I don't know. I don't recall. I don't know.
Yeah. But at least ask it. You know, you got to throw it out there, because, I mean, he was answering some questions that I didn't expect him to answer. You know, I mean, like when he started talking about, oh, they could have just voted Ray Bitar out. You only need 51%. Well, if it was only 51%, why was he still in there? So did people with larger shares, was their vote weighted heavier? You know, we never really found out about how that part of it worked. He never asked those questions about the company. But, I mean, overall, I thought he did a good job, because, I mean, he's in a real tough spot with what he can and can't do.
I just only have one question around the whole entire interview. Why did they film it at the Venetian, which has the largest poker room on the Strip, or in Las Vegas, period?
I saw you ask that on the forum, and my first thought was that Howard knows somebody there and got him in back door through the kitchen, whatever. You know, so he wasn't just walking straight through the slots of the casino to get up to the hotel. I mean, he's in Vegas. I'm sure he knows people. Maybe he knows somebody there.
Just a little risky.
Through the kitchen.
Just a little risky there. Maybe have the interview where there's no poker room.
Yeah,
maybe
I mean, they could have done it just in an office building. It looked like it was set up for that, though, like for the show with the Vegas backdrop, and then it kind of, I mean, I thought that was kind of cheesy to do that. I mean, just unnecessary. The one question that I really wanted him to ask was Cloney Gowan. Whatever, just bring it up. Was she an original investor? How did that, how she had that whole lawsuit against them?
Hey, Steve.
Yeah,
Steve-O, I know what the answer is going to be. It's going to be something like this.
I don't have all the facts.
Right off the bat, I don't have all the facts.
The only other question that he had to ask that he didn't was, why were people anti-Ray Bitar? Something had to happen. I mean, you can not like somebody, but they can still run your company, like on a personal level. But something had to have happened early on with the company that made guys like Jawanda and Perry Friedman basically hate Ray Bitar. There had to be something that happened. And I would have wanted to know, well, he should have went down the list of the owners we know of and said, Eric Seidel, was he for or against Ray Bitar? Phil Ivey, was he for or against Ray Bitar? So on and so forth. But for what it was, I thought the interview did what I expected it to do, and actually maybe a little bit more. So
honestly, I didn't even watch 1 second of that because I knew it was going to be all bullshit.
I did.
I would say.
Oh, go ahead,
I would
Steve.
say it's somewhere in between Howard Lederer's version of the facts and exaggeration. I don't really think he was lying other than the I don't knows. I think everything he said was somewhere between, exaggeration and my version of the story. So it was, I wouldn't waste 3.5 hours on it if I didn't have to, but it could have been worse. Let's put it that way.
I'm sorry. Let me cut in here. We were just talking about the Venetian backdrop. I thought it was perfect. To quote Howard Lederer, and I know I got to play this a little bit because we already heard this part, but
I don't have all the facts. I don't know. Nope. I just don't know.
Maybe he doesn't know exactly why it was the Venetian. Who knows? I think it was a great ad. If I was going to ask a secondary question, I'd be like, Howard, did you want the Venetian as a backdrop? And this was exactly what he'd tell me.
I don't know. I have no recollection.
And he'd tell me he had no recollection. I'd have to buy it and give him a weird facial expression. Am I right or wrong?
They should have hooked him up to a lie detector machine throughout the whole thing and started asking him, is your name Howard Lederer? And see if he did the, I don't know, I don't recall.
You know what? I would rather have Joe Navarro ask him the questions. Because you want to know something? He has the experience. He does great work with tells. And you know what? He read through the entire thing. And he told me, and he tweeted about all these lines right here.
I'm just speculating now.
I'm just speculating now. If you looked at the head, when he actually said it, he was reaching for an answer. So,
I saw those Navarro tweets. He was pretty much in line that Howard at least believed what he was saying, almost.
Yeah, he looked truthful. He didn't look tense. He did look slumped over like somebody kicked his dog. But that's to be expected because he's going in there knowing that somebody's going to kick his dog.
Somebody else tweeted that they've had, no, it wasn't a tweet, it was Bill Rinney. If you want a good poker blog, BillRinney.com is a great poker blog. He's like an industry insider. And he actually worked for Full Tilt and had meetings with Lederer. And in his summary on it, he actually said that is exactly how he always talks. He thinks about things before he says them, and he's always has that same type of body language. He's very measured with what he says. So he said it looked exactly like he remembers them.
Does it look like...
Good write-up. There's a 2-part write-up on there. It's BillRinney.com with one N, I think.
One thing I just noticed about Howard is he just looks like he's been high on cocaine for like about 2 years straight. His eyes were just a mess. Looked like he just needed to take a trip to rehab.
8 hours in front of the Poker News cameras can do that to you.
Yeah, but he looked like that during our... let me correct that. Minute 3, when he said this right off the bat.
Just don't, So I don't know. I remember sometime in the afternoon.
I'm glad you remembered sometime in the afternoon, At least you remembered something.
My favorite one was, what did he say? He goes, he just found out they had a $130 million shortfall with e-checks, and he goes, I don't really remember what happened, though. I had a plane to catch. My company's $130 million missing, and I got a plane to catch. That's all I remember about that day.
Yeah. I mean, Bootsy, what's your take? I know you're just hearing secondary stuff. I know Steve-O did all the legwork on this, and I kind of did a half-ass, and then I decided to get the Cliff's Notes, and I watched the Cliff's Notes about 20 times, laughing and crying in a fetal position behind my desk.
I didn't even bother even watching the video at all because I knew that, like I said, this was going to be a crock of shit. So why waste my time?
Yeah, like I said, I mean, if you didn't have to watch it, if you didn't have to do a write-up on it, there's no reason to watch it. You know exactly what he was going to say, and you knew there was never going to be any smoking gun or him outing himself as something. It was just him getting ahead of the story. The deal's done. Other people are going to start talking now. Ray Bitar's court case is coming up. He needed to get his version of what happened out there. And honestly, I think he did a great job of making himself look like a bumbling idiot of an owner. In that, I don't know what happened there.
Hold up, I don't think you got the quote right. Here, I'll play it for you.
I don't even know when. I don't know. But I don't know. I don't know. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what he sounded like.
I mean, anybody who tells you my chief financial officer, his name's Alan. I don't know the rest of his name. I mean, come on.
Every CFO is... I was going to say, every CFO's name is Alan.
Alan. It's just one guy. He does it for every company.
Of course.
I mean,
Alan.
That is the one guy in my company. I would know his full name, his address, his social security number, forward and backward by heart.
Oh, did you guys ever watch Live at the Bike circa like 2007, 2006? Like right when the poker boom was in full swing?
I've seen some episodes, not...
Bootsy, I'm going to have to reply with this.
I don't know, but I don't know.
Well, there's this one fish who played pretty much, like, I have to say 90% of all episodes. His name was Alan. And they actually made a shirt that just said, "That's Alan."
Maybe that was the CFO of Full Tilt Poker.
I'm guessing it could be.
Good Alan.
Yep, it's Alan.
Well, speaking of Allens, I know we kicked Lederer in the dick last week, or was it 2 weeks ago? When did we do that kicking in dick segment?
It was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Remember, you were gone last week.
Something like that. I mean, every day's Monday for me, man. Think about where I live at. But
I can't recall.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, Steve, I'll play it just a little bit more.
I don't know. I have no recollection. I remember one time at a party.
I'm glad you remember that one time at a party, because I barely recall that one. But, yeah, speaking of weird Allens, right? You guys remember Alan Kessler, right?
Oh, yeah.
First interaction with him ever. We're talking ever. He hands me his iPad and he says, "Okay, I need the three of you back there on the rail to play Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader, and don't fuck it up." I'm sitting there going, what the fuck? Why did you hand me an iPad? A, you don't know me, and B, why am I playing Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? So, like, it took me 3 or 4 questions to actually get into the game, but yeah, I did help him out.
Is he prop betting Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader while he plays circuit events?
I don't know. I really don't know.
I don't know.
Oh God, hold up! I forgot. I should have done this.
I don't know. I think I just responded with something like,
You know, I responded with something like, okay, but I know it's one of those what the fuck stories, but I remember he tweeted something about the hand for hand and the circuit events, and then that complain saw title just clicked in, and Bootsy, it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. You can't please everybody, you know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Were they doing round for round instead of hand for hand?
Yeah, we were doing round for round.
This complaint?
Yeah. But he called it hand for hand.
Yeah. I remember seeing the tweet, and I was like, he's just one of those people that just needs something to complain about to be happy. Like, he's not happy unless he is complaining.
Yeah.
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 we need to provide this customer a good answer.
That was perfect timing.
Yeah.
I will not get sick of this Howard Lederer files. I mean, I just don't know. I just love it.
Wait till the full unedited 7 hours comes out, and you see him like staring off into space trying to find the right word. That's what I'm waiting for.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. That definitely would be great.
7 hours of Howard Lederer.
Well, I know we've turned this into more of a comedy / make fun of the news. What's going on out there? What's going on out there that you can really make fun of right now? Bootsy, I'm putting it on you first.
Are we talking poker or non-poker related?
It doesn't matter. You know how this show runs, man. We got $0 for the budget. That's why it's called low limit poker.
Well, let's. Do you want to play a game?
Yeah, let's play a game. You in for a game, Steve-O?
Go for it.
All right. The name of the game is Who's Gonna Die First? Lindsay Lohan or what's her name? The one who Amanda Bynes. Know who I'm talking about?
I've heard that name before, but I'm not familiar with her work. What has she done?
She's exactly like like Lindsay Lohan, but a few years younger. Both of them doing DUIs, hitting people in cars, crashing cars. So the name of the
story.
It's a Lindsay Lohan and Amanda Burns. Who's gonna die first?
I'll say Lindsay Lohan just because you said the other one's a little bit younger. So if they're both self-destructive, I'm just going to take the odds and say that the person who's been self-destructive longer will die first.
And Pika, I'm guessing you're taking Amanda Burns.
Do I have to? Because
I don't know. I just don't know. For Kanawaki.
I just don't know. I want to go with Lohan because she's just a living train wreck, and I just want to watch that train derail.
Well, I think you guys are both wrong.
Really?
Yep. It's going to be...
You're the only one I think who knows who Amanda Burns is. Fine,
well,
whatever.
Yeah, this is like insider trading. We need to know some more details. Come on, man. Hit us up.
Well, I think it's not... I don't think it's going to be...
Stage 5 cancer. She's got a week to live.
I mean, does she have stage 5 cancer? Does she have blood on her jeans? Does she have moldy cheese? This is the shit that we need to know.
Nope. I think that the next person who dies will be Macaulay Culkin because he is on heroin.
Well, the horse, it'll take you far as long as the horse don't buck you off.
Okay, how about this then? Macaulay Culkin or the guy who tried to kill himself in New York by jumping off the monorail line into the tiger pit? Did you guys hear about this?
Was it a celebrity or some just normal Joe Schmo?
Just some guy.
Oh no! I'm gonna give it to the pro because amateurs don't deserve headlines. So I'll go with Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah, same here.
Sorry,
This guy
suicide
now,
guy.
he-
Suicide guy
he
is...
He jumped off the monorail thinking that would kill him, and just in case, he hedged his bet by jumping into a tiger cage. And the tiger just ended up mauling him instead of killing him, too. So now he's in the hospital in critical condition. So he actually he missed his chance twice. So I say he's fated to live.
Yeah, let's put it this way. It's like he faded pocket aces twice. You know, there's only one motherfucker that I know that can do that, and I'm pretty sure he says something like this.
I really don't even know. I don't recall. I don't know that I ever saw that email.
So, just to be honest with you, I don't know.
Yeah, it sounds like this guy is just a guy who's going to put a gun in his mouth and miss entirely.
Isn't there a movie, like a spoof movie, where a guy kept trying to kill himself and he kept messing up? Oh, that John Candy movie where the guy tried to jump off Niagara Falls. He like duct taped himself to the car, and this car ran out of gas, and then he tried to jump over, and the duct tape got stuck on the railing.
Groundhog Day.
No, that's what's his name? Bill Murray.
Yeah, that was Bill Murray.
I was just gonna say Groundhog Day, but he ended up killing himself, but kept coming back to life the next day.
Yeah, that's how
that's the other movie
dedicated.
too, yeah.
No, I was thinking Groundhog Day with the dedication. Every day doing it, but you come right back the same day.
Go check out the movie Canadian Bacon.
I love
Candy
that
movie.
I love that movie. It's classic.
Yeah, the first 5 minutes where the guy's trying to kill himself is priceless.
I love it when they invaded Canada. And what do? They take 5 or 6 trash bags with them.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like, really? That's all we can do? We're Americans.
Yeah. And then they paint all the Canadian profanity on the side of the thing, and they get pulled over, and the guy's like, no, you have to do it in French and English up here, or you get in trouble.
For the Les Québécois? The pea soup eaters?
Yeah, they had to paint all the like F Canada stuff in both languages.
And the show must go on. So, Bootsy, you got another one of those who's going to die first?
No, I think we'll have another one tomorrow, or not tomorrow, but next week.
Yeah, and we just got some word from Hotshot with the Hey Now, especially with the Canadian invasion with trash bags. Hey guys, it was a comedy.
Isn't 90% of our listenership based in Canada anyway?
I was going to say that.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, majority of our listener base is Canadian, so now we've gone from, 25 down to 2, so good job, guys.
Yep, we're making progress. We have completely offended our listenership, and I think that tomorrow we need to have a little press conference, and some apologies need to be said.
And I'll have a 7-part series where you can hear me saying this.
I don't know, but I don't know. I don't know.
All 7 hours.
Are you racist? I don't know. What's your name? I don't know. What did you have for breakfast this morning? I don't know.
I don't recall, but I do remember a party.
I was at a party.
Or I met Alan. And Alan just seemed like a really nice guy.
So I let him be my chief financial officer because he showed me how to use a calculator on your cell phone.
We never asked him his last name. Alan was his screen name at Party Poker, so we figured he was legit.
Was that Alan as A-L-A-N, or was it A-L-4-N, or 4-N? 4N?
Maybe it was French and it was like A-L-A-I-N.
Actually, I think I figured it out. I think it was Alan Kessler, because they figured they could use a CFO who was a complete nit.
They did have Alan Cunningham there. Wasn't he a full-tilt guy?
Yeah, and Cunningham
was. It was.
Maybe it was him.
Ooh.
Maybe he was a chief financial officer.
Plot thickens. Well, I mean, it would be a great move for him since none of them had experience. Why not put somebody in there as a chief financial officer that doesn't know how to count? Hey, why not?
I'm going with Kessler because he's such a nit. He figured that he would make a great chief financial officer.
There's no way he could keep from tweeting out that he worked there.
Yeah.
There's just no way. It would be like Phil Hellmuth meeting the president and nobody knowing.
Wait, Phil Hellmuth met the president? Because I remember something like...
I don't know. I don't know
if he did.
Yeah.
I know Negreanu has. I've seen that picture.
Yeah, I know Negreanu has.
I know he met George W. Bush. I know there's a picture of that floating around.
I remember that picture.
And he actually met the President Bush, and he's wearing his black pants, his black leather jacket, and a black baseball hat. Meeting the president.
Yeah.
It's like, of all the times to put a frickin' tie on.
Did you guys watch on Poker News the triathlon that you did with Tony G?
Yes, I did see that.
That's another waste of time that I want back.
Yeah, that was actually kind of disappointing. I was expecting it to be a little better.
Yeah.
The basketball thing was actually funny, like the first one, because Helmut was so bad. It took him 11 minutes to hit 10 three-pointers. So, I mean, that was kind of comical. And then they did the swimming one, and he was actually like Michael Phelps in the pool. He's doing like the flip turns, and so that wasn't even funny. And then the race was just god-awful.
I agree.
I didn't watch it.
What would you have liked to have seen them done for events? Like beer pong or something? Wouldn't that have been funnier and better?
Probably yelling at little old ladies. That would have been fun.
Like shopping in the supermarket, because neither of them have probably bought their own groceries in like 10 years. Like send them into the supermarket for like 6 specific items.
Oh, they know that. Was there a game show called like Supermarket
Sweep?
Yeah, Supermarket Sweep. Yeah, where they each run up and try to shop for stuff.
To find all the things. Yeah.
Yeah, they should have put Tony G and Phil Hellmuth in. In fact, they should put like 6 poker players in. 3 teams of 2 people, and see what shenanigans happen then.
They should do like the old school guys against like the online guys, because the online guys probably know where the frozen pizza aisle is and nothing else.
I was going to say probably the online guys would be ordering it via their cell phones and having it delivered at the checkout.
Negreanu's got his personal assistant. The online guys are just calling the supermarket. Yeah, can you grab me a bag of potato chips?
And then you'd see Phil Hellmuth having a blow up at the cereal aisle, just throwing cereal boxes all over the place.
Idiots from Southern California.
Oh my God! What kind of Fruit Loops are they looking for? There's 7 types.
A 64-ounce box.
64? What is this? The metric system? All right, so where are we going with this show? The world has no clue. I think
strippers to Fruit Loops.
Yeah, strippers to Fruit Loops. Another, who knows? We already did Who Dies First. Was there really any highlights in sports today in football?
Yes, there was a Hail Mary, a successful Hail Mary that Detroit did to tie up the game and send to overtime. And, of course, they lose. So there you go.
Thank God for that, because the hell with Detroit.
Yeah, you're a Chicago guy, right?
Yeah, we kicked ass. It was like, what, 23 to 6?
There were a lot of close games earlier.
Yeah, I think there was like 3 or 4 games that went to overtime today.
I think it was like 6 or 7.
Dolphins.
New Orleans, that was another one.
Cincinnati and whoever they played.
We already said Jets, Miami, right?
Yeah.
And looks like Pittsburgh and Oakland might be going to overtime.
I got the 8:30 game tonight.
Yep, and I have 2 Baltimore players going against you guys, so I hope you guys lose big time.
Yeah. I learned about 5 years ago that I wasn't on any of my sports teams, so when they lose, I really don't care. When they win, I can be like, oh, yeah, it was great. When they lose, people, like, my Facebook blows up. Oh, I can't believe they dropped out. Trade Wes Welker. I'm like, yes, you're not on the team. You know that, right? Your brother's not even on the team. Chill out.
Yeah. What was it the Jets game that when they tried to ice the kicker, the first kick was blocked, but the second kick was good?
Oh, really?
Yeah, because Miami went to ice the Jets, I believe, and yeah, that's just hilarious. Way to ice the kicker, man. I mean, if you're a head coach, what does that make you feel like?
Oh, one of my kids is crying.
Yep, I hear that.
Well, we understand if you got to roll, so if you got to go, we'll say goodbye, Steve.
No, I'm actually going to wait that one out. Thanks.
All right, cool. Do it exactly how I do it, huh? Positive EV moves every single time.
Yes.
So how was it? So, Pika, you're in Bossier for how long? Like almost 2 weeks?
Yeah, I was in Bossier for 11 days altogether. I'm back down here next to the Army base again. Hence why we're podcasting instead of from a hotel. It's actually dedicated. I actually tried to attempt to do something on last Saturday night. Not, yesterday. I'm talking about a week ago. And I clicked on it and I saw the transfer rate was like 2 kbps. I was like, oh, thank God we decided not to go live here. That would have sucked ass.
Yeah. And the Raiders beat the Steelers, so I'm kind of not happy about that.
And Hotshot confirmed, so, wow, I mean, today has been really sucking when it comes down to sports. Like, I couldn't watch the Bears game. I watched the most boringest game on the face of the planet, except for I watched New Orleans hand that game over. That was kind of fun to watch. I noticed the Texans have just destroyed Denver. So you got to wonder, does Peyton really want to put on a jersey next year or not?
Probably not. I mean, he's had a good run. He was in the league for, 13, 14 years?
Yeah. He only got what? He only got one bracelet, right? Or trophy.
One's better than none.
One trophy.
Or one ring. One ring to rule them all.
Yeah. He's got one ring. I got none. Thank you, Bootsy. I'll remember that, buddy. Oh, the Eagles and Arizona. I was watching that game, and it was like 21-0 or maybe 25-0. Who knows? But it was something to 0 with the Eagles, and I stopped watching that one.
Arizona beat New England last week, too, so they might have a football team down there.
Yeah, but who's the quarterback? Is it Kevin Kolb?
Yep.
If he keeps winning, yeah.
Oh.
They were in like a rebuilding phase. They had what was that guy, second-year quarterback? They were just hoping with that. I mean, if Kolb's going to keep winning, you leave him in.
Yeah, the dude's a crybaby. Fuck him. Get him out of there as fast as possible. That's my opinion. Send him to semi-pros.
You win, you're in.
Yeah.
The NFL.
Yeah. You watch. About 3 years, he'll be part of the New Mexico Road Devils or something like that. Whatever their semi-pro football team is. But outside of that, I mean, there's really nothing minus the tournaments. Steve, you got any word on the tournaments? Because I know event 1 for the Europe is almost done. I know the main event and the Hyper Turbo event 11 and 12 are going on right now. Event 11's on day 2. 12 is a one-day event, so we'll have a ring to give out today and then a ring tomorrow for the final table. But outside of that...
The first event at the WSOPC is in the books. Roberto Romanello did not get the Triple Crown. He's a bracelet away from that. He finished 5th or 6th. And let me look here. Who won this? Imad Ben Mahmoud wins event number 1.
Darn it,
Nice
I knew
French
I should have drafted him in the World Series of Poker Europe fantasy pool.
2 Frenchmen heads up for the bracelet in event number 1. Yannick Bonnet finishes 2nd.
Oh, the main event at Bossier's in the money now.
Yeah, other than that, there is very little going on in the poker world. There's a lot of tournament action. Oh, there's one other thing, actually. Phil Galfond sued Blue Fire Poker.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, the Blue Fire Poker owner, Billy Murphy, fired off a scathing blog post about Phil Galfond. Really took him to task. Called him unprofessional. He would just blow him off, wouldn't even meet with him. And then when they had their fallout, Phil put a post up. They moved it to the forum so people could comment on it. Phil deleted it and then wouldn't put it back up. And then he said that they locked him out of it. It's a whole big, interesting read at the Blue Fire Poker blog about what went on there.
Well, it's like a he said, she said thing, and hopefully they'll get everything all worked out. I mean, Blue Fire seems to be like a really nice trading site and with good content, so...
I kind of like Float the Turn.
Yeah, Float the Turn's very good. For the money, it's probably, I mean, if you play tournaments, it's not a cash game site, but, I mean, for the money that it costs, it's about as good as you get.
Yeah. I guess 3 hours and 15 minutes ago, Kessler was knocked out. He paired his ace on the turn, on the flop. King's got a set on the turn, and the silver lining was, now I get to go play slots. So, at least Kessler's having fun at Bossier City today.
Do you think he waits for the buses, like when the buses arrive, and then asks people for their match play coupons?
Yes.
Just sits at the casino bus terminal asking people for match play coupons?
Yes. Bootsy, what about you?
I think Kessler would take the mashed potatoes off the dirty plates.
Ooh, that's low.
Reuses the coleslaw?
Yep. Takes the mashed potatoes and dumps them in a bag and heats them up in the microwave the next day.
That was always like my least favorite thing at Foxwoods was the people who just and constantly approached anyone and everyone in the elevators, the lobby. Your match play coupon? Match play coupon? It's like, no, I don't have a match play coupon.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much more that we can sit back and BS about, so what are you thinking, Bootsy?
Should we snap off this one clean?
Yeah, unless somebody wants to call in. Steve, question for you.
Yes.
Are you at announcement phase of what we were talking about earlier? Like yesterday?
Soon.
Okay.
Soon. Probably the next couple days.
Okay. Wow, I wish it was on a Sunday so that way you can announce it.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah, I was even...
Next week.
I don't know what the heck they're talking about, so that's how out of the loop I am.
It's kind of like a moderator thing.
Yeah, it should have a big announcement for pokerforums.org next couple days.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Anybody who posts over there.
Yeah, if you don't post over there, get over there and start posting, because pokerforums.org is pretty badass compared to the rest of the degenerate forums that you could hang out in and catch syphilis or virtual syphilis from. Or rootkits.
Yeah, it's a little different user base.
It is. I should post there more, but I haven't really been posting anywhere lately.
And neither have I. I mean, I did a few posts here and there, but outside of that, it was just kind of whatever.
Yeah, same here.
Well, if it's about that time, it's about that time, right?
Yep.
Steve-O, you got anything good for the group?
All my good is used up. I don't know.
Well, I know Hotshot's asking for more strategy. So, Bootsy, what's the one tip you can give him from strategy?
Pretty much, if you lose your buy-in low limit, just go to the slots and win it back.
Hotshot, I got some great strategy for you. But I want to wait. Steve-O, you got one?
Strategy for Hotshot. You know what? I got nothing tonight. Not in a poker state of mind right now.
Well, Hotshot, my one piece of advice. Well, I don't care. It just turned into it, so just deal with it, Hotshot. This is for you, buddy. You got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them. So, thank you for showing up. Steve-O, thanks for stopping by. Definitely appreciate it.
No problem.
Bootsy, once again, my man. Thank you for taking care of the show while I was gone, and at least getting some stuff that we can talk about.
Yep.
Even though this was a quick show, definitely enjoy it. So I'm Pika, that's Bootsy, and we got Steve-O. We're saying bye.
Goodbye.